Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. So today is going to be a Nikon day, and in the rumor mill, there's been some real interesting information about the rumored full-frame mirrorless that Nikon will be releasing by the end of this year, supposedly. Now, the rumors have changed a little bit, so take this with a big helping of salt. So it's about a discussion that we're having here and less about the accuracy. A lot of this will be accurate, okay, because these rumors are coming from two sources that have been right, as far as my understanding, many times in the past. So let's just kind of get into it and just have a little discussion about it. So this full-frame mirrorless camera that Nikon's going to release supposedly is going to be two versions. One right around 24 megapixel and the other one around 45 megapixel, which is kind of interesting, right? Because we have Sony with their A7 doing the exact same thing. Their R has a high megapixel, like portrait guys just absolutely love, in the 40s. And then we have the S series on the Sony side that is more for video in low light. And I think Nikon is doing something very similar. Now, it is stated that it's going to have a better body ergonomic in comparison to the A7, but very similar to the A7's body. So we will see. Also, it's supposed to have a better grip on it, which I'm sure a lot of photographers will absolutely love, because even though the Sony is just an amazing camera, one of the major complaints that people have is, number one, the menus, of course, but it's the ergonomics. It's holding on to it. It's a little bit difficult when you're coming from a DSLR. Now, also, it is said that it's going to have IBIS, 5-axis image stabilization. It allows you to have that image stabilization inside the body itself, and you don't have to force feed it into the lenses. When you do that, you have a heavier lens, a more expensive lens, yada, 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 right? Stick it inside the camera. Just makes more sense, and give the ability to shut it off if you need to. Also, they're saying 9 frames per second is what these cameras are going to shoot at. That is not bad at all. I'm going to guess chances are that maybe the lower megapixel, 24 megapixel, might even hit something higher, maybe 15 to 20 like an A9. Who knows? But I'll get to that later. They also speak about a brand new mount, right? We talked about this in the past called the Z mount, but we've said that it was about 49 millimeters. According to this, it will be about 55 millimeters, which makes sense because just recently Nikon patented the NOCT, N-O-C-T, NOCT in Latin meaning night, for extremely fast lenses, f/0.95, guys. Of course, you'll have a depth of field. That's like a couple of hairs, but we'll get into that another day. So we will see. That could be the case, because if they do want to make a camera very similar to an A7S and extremely great in low light, having these lenses would be very, very useful. What's also interesting is the memory card slots. They're saying that it'll have either both or one or the other of an XQD and a CF Express. Now, we talked about this in the past. Also, when I said XQD is just about dead, people agreed with me. A lot of folks overseas are saying, I can't even find XQD anymore. And when I do, it's very expensive. I think they're either phasing it out or just revamping it. Something's going on with XQD. But I also said that I think that Nikon should not go with Sony's proprietary XQD in their camera and go with something more general, a CF card. So by seeing that it might have a CF Express card, which is probably 10 times faster than the current XQD, makes sense because you'll be able to write and read much, much quicker. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. Especially, we do know that ProGrade is coming out with an extremely fast, large card that will be available very soon. Now, they're also saying that it's going to have an EVF with about 3.6 million dots, I guess, of resolution. So it should be a really nice EVF. And finally, it will have supposedly 3 lenses that will come out at the same time as the body. A 24 to 70, a 35 millimeter, and a 50 millimeter. So I'm going to guess the 50 and the 35 will probably be primes at maybe f1.4, possibly f1.8, whereas the 24 to 70 should be maybe f2.8, or if they make that 24 to 70 a kit lens, it might be a variable 3.5 to 5.6. We'll see how they play it, right? Are they going to go high end, or are they going to get you in the door with more of a kit, lower end lens to begin with? I really don't know. So we will see. Now, the 45 megapixel is said to be right around $4,000, whereas the 24 megapixel will be sub $3,000, which makes sense, and that will be including a lens. So body only on the cheaper side will probably get you right around $2,400. I am just speculating, somewhere right around there, in the door with Nikon's mirrorless. Now, as far as the release date, they're talking about an official announcement coming right around the end of July, and August being an actual ship date. Now, to me, that just doesn't make sense. Why? Because Photokina is right around the corner, and to me, you would want to make the announcement during Photokina, right, guys? That's when you get all of the press eyes, and they will be writing and talking about your product. To do it early just doesn't make a lot of sense unless you have something bigger that you're going to release during Photokina. So I don't know. We'll take that also with a big helping of salt. Now, what do you think? What is your thoughts on it? I'm really excited about this, just as I am with the Canon version of their mirrorless full frame that will be coming out also by the end of the year, or maybe the beginning of 2019. I'm really excited to see how it plays out against Sony. We know Sony has their A7 III, which is absolutely unbelievable. That will probably end up getting the Camera of the Year award, I would guess, because it is that unbelievable. So we'll see what ends up happening with this. Maybe Nikon can steal some of Sony's thunder by the end of the year. We'll see. Anyways, guys, I want to hear from you. Once again, in the comment area below, put your thoughts, suggestions, comments, whatever you have to offer. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the content, please throw me a big thumbs up. That would be awesome. And smash that subscribe button so you can get all my content when it becomes available. And when it is available, click the bell icon so you will be notified of it. And finally, head over to the website JCristina.com, where you can find all of my photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years. And hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me. That's it, guys. Happy shooting. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next vlog. Take care.